Hey folks, T-Witty here. Welcome back to Let's Play Drakengard 2. Last time we left off at, well, we were at chapter 4, verse 6. What we were doing was leveling up 3 new weapons. Where, we should be close to finishing the staff for Manah, the Philosopher's staff. So we got it to level 3.
Square.
I don't know. I think I might have forgotten to look at the level 3 lore for it. And then, of course, there's a long sword for Nowe and a sword for Nowe that are also new, purchased from the village of Sand. So, let's have us a look. Yeah, I forgot to read number 3. After a trying journey, he explained his condition to the medicine man. The various symptoms afflicting my corporeal form are quite beyond the treatment of the layman, unversed in the science of diagnosis, even one so familiar with the arcane. But before he could finish, the medicine man muttered something about being busy and fled. Okie dokie. Let's try that one. Get that. There we go. Oh, goodness. Anyway, how's everybody doing? We're rebuilding the backlog. It's a slow process. I think I've tweaked my game life operating schedule sufficiently that I should be able to rebuild it. Shouldn't have so many no recording days. But building it back will obviously be a lengthy process. So at the moment, it is Saturday afternoon, April 29th. I am recording this, which should be airing Tuesday, May 2nd. So it is the day after the Avalanche put together, let's be real, a pretty dominant Game 6 in Seattle. Really looked like themselves for the first time in the entire series. Force a Game 7 in Denver tomorrow. Mavs haven't played in a Game 7 since 2020. But they lost to Dallas. They haven't won a Game 7. This was shocking to me when I asked this question. They haven't won a Game 7 since 2002. Last Game 7 they 2003, first round in Minnesota. That's the end of the Wall Street. They lost in Game 7 in the first round to Minnesota again in 2014. And then in 2019, they lost in Game 7 in the second round of the Sharks. And then the last one was the second round in 2020. They lost to the Sharks. So they lost 5 Game 7s in a row. But, as far as I'm concerned, it just means we're fucking due, baby. They have their hunger back. It really looks like they gave a shit for the first time last night. Once they're awake, I don't think they're going to go back to sleep. So I'm pretty excited for it. If you're any level of sports fan, you know that the two best words in the sporting world is there's nothing more thrilling and exciting and anxiety-inducing watching a game on Game 7. Long, hard-fought series, all down to this one last game. There's nothing like that. So, I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm also excited that we have finally finished The Forest. I heard back from my Patreon supporters. I think a lot of you are more likely to learn this when the first episode premieres tomorrow. I'm excited for this. We are playing Baldur's Gate. Now, those of you who follow me from my old channel definitely aware that I already did a playthrough on that channel. So that hasn't stopped me from doing this before. On this one, we've already replayed System Shock and System Shock 2. And, but as with those, I'm going to change it up. I'm going to do something different in order specifically to differentiate it from that original playthrough for purposes of both my own excitement as well as yours. So, we'll be playing Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, and we're going to do it. We are going nut up. That's a we're going to do it on Legacy of Baldur. So I'm in the process of kind of conducting my research and concocting my strategy for a Legacy of Baldur, because it's a completely different beast than playing on any of the other difficulties. It will require, total change. It will require a different character build, a different party, a different play order. All of that is going to have to change. And honestly, I'm excited about that. Because it's going to take a game I already know very well, that I've played several times in my life, and it's going to do something to make it fresh again. It's an opportunity to go back into a game that I really, really, really enjoy and have a fresh experience. So I'm excited. We're going to play Baldur's Gate. And I'm going to do it, I don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but given that Siege of Dragonspear is classed as an expansion to Baldur's Gate, I'm going to play Siege of Dragonspear as well, which means we will actually finish it, because when I had all of my drunken shenanigans and my marriage fell apart and I quit doing anything for a while and then ultimately shut down the channel as a result of all that, we were in the middle of Siege of Dragonspear. another piece of the new strategy for this playthrough is also going to be I'm going to focus on using party members that I can bring into, that I can continue into Siege of Dragonspear with. That's also going to significantly alter the calculus of which party to use. So, I think it's gonna be fun. I'm excited about it. I hope that sounds exciting. And I have to admit, the weapon grinds definitely still get tedious, but I'm enjoying it too. Apparently, this is the redheaded stepchild of the entire series, presumably because it's because of the way they went with the subsequent games. I wouldn't say it became non-canon, but it did become a little bit standalone. And we explained that in the numerous timeline discussions about the Drakengard / Nier series. And I hit level 26, pretty good. That we had playing the first game, but just briefly recap. 5 different endings to Drakengard 1. Drakengard 2 is a sequel. It's a sequel based on the first ending, ending A. And Drakengard 3 is a prequel that doesn't. So it is part of the chain that connects to Nier because it's a prequel that goes through Drakengard 1. And then Nier and Nier Automata are sequels to the 5th and final ending of Drakengard 1, and it's radically different than ending A. So, Drakengard 2 has no connection to the link, no real connection. Chronology, timeline, story connection, they're real to the events of Nier and Nier Automata, which are the newest games. The ones people really like. I think it was actually very specifically Nier Automata, the newest game that people regard as like deeply profound and really, really significant. And it's the one that's been so aggressively recommended to me as something I should play because for whatever reason, be it storyline or the mechanics or the way they're married or all of the above, Nier Automata has been strongly recommended to me numerous times by people who understand my taste and the kinds of storytelling I'm a big fan of. But I also, as you know, if you've been around a long time, you know that I like to play the entirety of the series. Like, even to the point where if my patrons choose a game that's a later entry in a series, like I'll play that one first. Like my patrons chose Resident Evil 8 a while back, and that's the first Resident Evil playthrough I did on this channel. And, I didn't mind, I was fine with that. Same with System Shock 2. But it does cause me to feel a pretty strong desire to play the other games, like... I definitely get to where I need breaks. If the series is long games or similar games, and this one certainly qualifies. At least so far, I don't know how mechanically similar Drakengard 3, Nier, and Nier Automata are to these first two, but the first two are very similar to each other. And so, when that happens, I generally like to have at least one playthrough break between games in a series. So, before I play Drakengard 3, after I finish this one, I am, at minimum, planning to play at least one Resident Evil game, and I'm going to start at the beginning of Resident Evil and work my way all the way up, which, that's a lot of games. But, you know, most of them are fun. Ones that aren't. Hey, get over here. So, well, I guess that kind of tells you what the next two playthroughs are going to be. Now, I do like to play. In my mind, there's definitely a distinction between like remasters and remakes and significant updates. So, like, when there are lots of different versions of a game, my question is always like, well, how different are they content-wise? Because if there are really significant content differences, I'll usually play the older version first. Like, that's what I did with Dark Souls 2. I'm still gonna play Scholar of First Sin at some point, but when I read about it, the content differences were significant enough that it felt like to have the full experience, I need to play both. And what I'm working my way up to saying is the original Resident Evil PlayStation 1 that is definitely different enough from the remake that was originally released for GameCube in 2002 that it should get a playthrough. The remake is almost an entirely different game. But the difference between original Resident Evil and original Resident Evil Director's Cut is very small. Like, there's some changes to the soundtrack, and I think a few extra unlockables with the costumes, and it adds the beginner mode and the arranged mode. But the particularly original mode in Resident Evil Director's Cut is identical to the original 1996 release. So, when I play Resident Evil 1, I'll play the Director's Cut. And finishing it will take 4 playthroughs. And they'll actually, they'll be kind of repetitive, but unlike, I've looked into... I thought more about Parasite Eve, and, like, I'm kind of grumpy. It always makes me grumpy when content is gated behind the next playthrough. I mean, it is, right? Chrysler Building is something I would still like to go and visit and play through at some point, just so I can feel like my run through that game is actually complete. But the EX mode run that is required to get there is in no significant way different than the first run was. Like, Aya gets reset to level 1. You do get to keep one weapon you got engraved from your inventory. So you start off with one really strong weapon, which means you cruise through the early parts of the game. Enemies are a little bit harder, but not significantly so. And that extra difficulty does make it a full experience and you level up faster. But general consensus is, you need to get all the way through day 5 when you go to the museum as a whole. Like all the reading I've done on EX mode says, you need to get yourself all the way through the T-Rex, and then do a bunch of junk farming, either to really lower levels of the Chrysler Building, in order to unlock the best rifle in the game. And then you're ready to go tackle the dungeon. So you need to do 2 essentially identical playthroughs of the game where you do this one bonus step, and that's just too repetitive, I think. Same, this game is another one I've already researched, and, you know, I thought Drakengard 1 and the way it handled its mission progression and the story branches, I thought that worked really well. Like, weapon grinding was repetitive, but as far as the story missions went, you just kept playing new and different missions as you went after the 5 different enemies, and I thought that was cool. This game is not, unfortunately. This game, they just want you to play it 3 times. And that's it. Like, it's the exact same story missions 3 different times. Now, there are a few different weapons available. There are a few extra weapons available in your second and third playthroughs. But they're identical. It's just the exact same story missions 3 different times if you want to get all 3 different endings. That's too repetitive. I don't want to do it. So, you know, we'll see ending 1, probably the bad ending, not the true ending, or whatever you want to say about it. But I'm not going to play the entire game 3 times with no significant content differences just to see a couple of extra endings. I'm not going to do it. Same with Dark Souls 1, right? Like, my usual rule for achievements is I'll do whatever I can reasonably do in a single playthrough without having to do multiplayer or online stuff. And I'm holding to that, right? Like, I dropped the forest a little bit early because, I mean, I did everything except run out a bunch of clock and unlock a couple of extra achievements, right? And, you know, nobody wanted to watch me not do anything new. Grind stats for 3 more days. I didn't want to do it, and I'm quite certain nobody wanted to do it. But not every game is the same, right? Like, I am still, at some point, I haven't felt like it yet, but not only am I going to do Dark Souls 2 Scholar of Sin at some point, but I'm actually going to do a New Game Plus on Dark Souls 2 at some point. The reason for that is, unlike Dark Souls 1, there are significant content changes in the second playthrough of Dark Souls 2. To my understanding. And that, I mean, that's the difference for me. Is it largely a repeat experience, or is there significant enough new content, which even just alterations to the existing content make it worth playing again, and maybe even more significantly, do I feel like it would be interesting for people to watch it again? I don't feel that way about Drakengard 2. I already don't feel that way. Don't worry, we're not going to do 3 playthroughs in this game just to unlock a few extra weapons and see the other 2 endings. However, I probably will do all 4 possible playthroughs of Resident Evil. Because Chris and Jill have very different games, and the arrange mode for each of them is also a very different game. So there are 4, like, and you know, the story beats are the same, and the bosses are the same, and whatnot, but the content is significantly different for all 4 runs. So I'm probably going to do, you know, 4 runs of Resident Evil 1. And the nice thing about those older games, didn't feel that way at the time, didn't feel that way in the 90s, but they're actually quite short. Like, I can get through them pretty fast. especially nowadays, because I know where everything is. I'm something of an expert on Resident Evil 1 at this point. I've played it many times over the course of the last almost 30 years. I can't believe Resident Evil is almost 30 years old. Anyway. So yeah, that kind of tells you what the next 3 playthroughs are going to be. We're going to start Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition with Siege of Dragonspear on Legacy of Hall tomorrow. After Drakengard 2, we're going to play the original PlayStation version of Resident Evil Director's Cut. After that, we'll do Drakengard 3. Get out of here, don't I? Jeez. Nope. Definitely ready for this staff to be done. Boom! Weapon level now at level 4. Philosopher's Staff. Alright, so for Nowe, got Mage's Promise and Injustice. Do Mage's Promise first. Oh, baby. Actually, let's do Injustice first. I'm certain Injustice is not going to replace the Silver Butterfly.
Can't hear me! Legna!
Anyway, I hope you're as excited about this as I am. I'm really excited. I can see a ball. I mean, that's an extreme difficulty challenge on the order of max difficulty Oblivion in my mind. I'm pretty hyped about it. Better guard break than Manah. He does alright on these guys. Yeah, I forgot that the Mage's Promise club sword thing. Technically a sword, but definitely looks like a club. Maybe that's 6 blades, I'm not sure, but either way, it's strong. There's a reason it cost all that money. It's It's actually the strongest weapon I've found besides the maxed out Silver Butterfly. It started out strong, which is unusual. So, alright, Philosopher's Staff. Yeah, definitely her best weapon. So we'll stick with it. Having failed to obtain any medicine, the magician's condition worsened and he died. If only he'd realized that knowledge was not for flaunting, but for sharing in words that everyone could understand. If only he'd been aware of this simple truth, perhaps he wouldn't have died of food poisoning. You know what? I like that. I like that. That one was fun. Monies. On the move. Nowe is now struggling to get changed because enemies die too fast. That's kind of fun. bother anybody. My partner just has been out at the hardware store with one of the kids. The other kid is also playing video games. And I can always tell when she gets home. That's when the dog hops down and starts asking to do that out. So I don't know what the plan was. We're going to the hardware store and then we were going to go work in the garden. So I'm allowed out in the garden because she didn't anything bad. She's just so big and she loves to run around that through no misbehavior, she ends up tearing up followers. And obviously we don't want that. So. Come on. Oh, for goodness sake. Really? You cannot dismount the dragon. Really? Why? Why wouldn't you let me dismount the dragon right at the mouth of the cave? It's the place I need to dismount the dragon. It's fine. Probably do one more after this. The fact that Injustice hasn't hit my material is telling me it's also going to take a while level. I bet they just promise also things. It's alright. Alright. Level up our characters. I definitely like that there are multiple growth tabs. Game had better not have multiple silver butterflies. Yeah. Like that. There we go. Level 2. Dragon Blast. Square, triangle, triangle, triangle. Yeah, oh, I know that one. Got that on some other weapons. Alright. Might take a few, but it's no silver butterfly. Oh, I hate silver blast. I love Dragon Blast. Functionally ranged attack. Alright. One more this round, I believe. This installment, I should say. It does sound like everybody's home. Alright. Injustice, level 2. With this sword in hand, the heroes invaded foreign lands in the name of freedom. Their soldiers looted the lands, and many innocent people died. Gosh, who does that sound like? Invaded other lands in the name of freedom. Looted the lands, many innocent people died. I'm an anti-war American, so I know exactly what that's referring Dragon Blast is great. It's just awesome. How would you like to functionally have a ranged attack that still builds up your melee chain? I would love that. Thank you. Don't worry, if anything is close to you. Still got it covered. Let's go. That spin move in the middle of that combo just absolutely annihilates anything. It's so great. Look at that. It's so strong. It's amazing. This isn't even the best sword. Silver Butterfly has the same combo. money. Let's see if it lets me dismount the dragon. Do it in exactly the right spot, apparently. I'm just noticing this is going faster. Going after the money chests every time, it really felt tedious before I started actually hitting shots, because I felt like it was a good idea. Sure enough, like, so far I've been able to afford every new item as I've encountered it, but some of those price tags are steep. You gotta do it consistently, and then do it for years. That's what I've learned. This is going to be the last expedition for this episode. I don't expect Injustice to hit level 3, but I don't think it's going to take that It better be a good sword, because the magic is... It's not quite useless, but 0 damage magic is... Damaging magic also knocks everything down pretty rapidly. But not as strong in this case. Nothing new to look at or read, so I'll go ahead and give my ending spiel. This has been Let's Play Drakengard 2. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, I do hope you'll give it a like, consider dropping a comment, and subscribing to the channel. If you're interested, please check out my Patreon and my Discord. Those links are both in the video description. Either way, I am grateful for your time and attention. I appreciate you very much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.